Welcome to next lecture of compiler design, that is on 3 address code, quadruple, triple and translation of assignment statements. So, I am Dr. Parul Yadav, assistant professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Institute of Engineering and Technology, Lucknow. So, in today's lecture we will discuss 3 address codes, quadruple, triples, we will discuss also indirect triples, then translation on assignment statement along with certain examples. So, now first is the 3 address code. So, as we know about the intermediate code, that one of the phase of the compiler is to generate the intermediate code, and final category of intermediate code is the 3 address code. So, actually if we are having some compiler where extensive code optimization is required, so generally we preferred over there to design to obtain the 3 address code using to obtain the intermediate code using the 3 address code schemes. Actually this is convenient way of representation of intermediate code. So, usually 3 addresses in each statement. So, usually if we are talking about 3 address code, so in 3 address code every statement will usually have 3 addresses. So, it takes 3 addresses, that is why this scheme is known as 3 address code. So, this is the category for generating the intermediate code. Now, we will take one example. Suppose we have this intermediate code written in 3 address code notation. Now, what we have here, suppose A equal to B operator C. So, here actually A, B, C, they are the user defined or programmer defined names or constants, or they can be some temporary names that can be generated by the compiler. So, suppose here we have some variables A, B or C, or we can say the operands, and here we have the operator. Operator mean any arithmetic operator, it could be fixed or floating point arithmetic operator, or if you are talking it could be the logical operator as well. So, here in 3 address code in a particular statement maximum will have 3 addresses like this and this. So, it will be taking maximum 3 addresses. So, this is a general statement for 3 address code, where apart from assignment there is only one additional operator. Now, we will see another example for 3 address code only. So, it is not for no complicated arithmetic expressions are permitted over here, only one operator per statement other than assignment operator, it is permissible, and this translations, these schemes are suitable for object code generation rather than source program itself. Now, suppose we have this statement, this is one arithmetic expression that is having 2 operators like plus and multiplication. So, x plus y multiplication z. Now, what we do in 3 address code, this is not written in 3 address form, because apart from at the assignment operator, a particular statement can have maximum 1 operator, right. So, and but it is having 2 operators. So, we can simplify it by using some compiler generated temporary variables. Now, suppose I am using a temporary variable T1, and in T1 I will store some intermediate results. So, here we have as per arithmetic rule, we know that first of all we should perform the multiplication. So, T1 will be equal to y into z. So, result of multiplication in one variable T1. Now, we will obtain x. Now, what we can do, we will suppose I am taking another variable that is T2, and here I can take x plus and this T1, right, and in T1 what we have, the multiplication result of multiplication of previous 2 variables y and z. So, these are the compiler generated temporary variable. Now, these 2 statements are written statements are the simplified version of the previous one, or it has been written in 3 address code notation. So, this statement, if you look at this statement, it has other than assignment operator, it has only one operator in each statement and meaning is same. So, this is the general way how we write the tree address code for particular statement. Now, we will proceed further and we will try to write additional three address statements. Now, these statements may involve less than 3 addresses. So, this is quite possible. If you are writing the whole program, then every statement, every statement can't be written in the form where we have 3 addresses in every statement. So, we may it may involve less than 3 addresses or may have addresses, but not for a name, right. This is not for the name. So, suppose this is the type of a statement that are possible, and here some meaning in short. So, first like A equal to B operator C, this is a generic statement that is having 3 addresses, we can say it is having 2 operands and one is the result. Now, this operator is the binary arithmetic operator or the logical operator. Now, next form could be A equal to operator B, just like A equal to minus B, right. So, here we have unary operator. So, here operator is what? This is a unary operator. It is just like minus, logical negation or any left shift or right shift operator or any conversion operator. Like if you are having integer, then it can be converted to float. If you are having float, it can be converted to integer, like that. So, this is the unary operator. Now, next is simpler. This is a generic form or simpler form of previous one. A equal to B mean no operator is there, and this is the identity function where we are just assigning value of B to A. Now, next is go to L, and here go to L mean if in a sequence of states when we are at go to L, it shows that we will move to Lth. We will now next after this instruction we will execute the Lth instruction in the program. So, it execute next the Lth statement. So, this will execute, this is jump conditional, this is unconditional jump statement. Now, other statements like if A, relational operator B, go to L. So, this is what relational operator like less than, equal, not equal, greater than or equal, like that. So, it can have relational operator. So, we will take the operands A and B, they could be expressions, and now we will apply relational operator. If this condition is true, then we will go to L, then this particular statement Lth statement will be executed, otherwise statement next to this one will be executed. Now, next is parameter A and call P comma N. So, this is the procedural call related function where we need to write the procedure. So, in 3 address code it can be, if we have procedure mean we need to implement the procedure call where name of the procedure is P and number of parameters are N. Then before this we write parameter A, right. So, most generic form it's like suppose we have a procedure P, it is having the parameters like A1, A2 up to AN, and then we need to call P for N. So, in 3 address code representation this can be written as parameter A1, parameter P2, A2 up to parameter AN, and then we will call Pn. So, this n shows that there are n number of parameters before it. Actually, this is a very normal question or very common question that we have already written all parameters 1 to n. If we count these parameters, then we can easily find the value of n. So, it seems that this is slight redundancy over here. So, we do this redundancy actually just for our convenience, just to know at this line only that how many parameters are there in procedure P. So, these are some additional 3 address statement, just like for conditional statement, procedures or go to statement where it is not using, every statement is not using 3 addresses, and this is the way how we write the 3 address code for different forms of statements in program. Now, another thing is, suppose we have the statement like this where A is equal to B of I. So, what is this? Here we sets here it sets A to the value in the logical location, in the location I, memory units beyond location B. So, we will go to the location B, then we will go beyond location I up to location I, and that value will be stored in A. Now, what we are doing? B will be stored at A of I. Now, it sets location L, location not L actually I, it sets location I memory units beyond location A. So, in A at ith index it sets value of B. So, that value will be stored. So, in 3 address notation it will be written like this. Now, next is A is equal to address of B, right. Now, what is the meaning? Sets value of A like this one. So, we can say the R value to the location to be the location of B. So, this L value mean address of B will be stored in A. Now, suppose we want to set R value of A to the content of location B. So, it will be written like this, A is equal to star B. Now, next is if we want to set R value of the object pointed to A to the R value of B, then it can be written as A star star A mean pointer to A is equal to B. Now, this is about the 3 address code representation. Now, we will proceed. This is the another way to write the 3 address statements, and how we are writing? We are using the another representation, that is quadruple, and in this is actually it uses record structure with 4 fields. What are the 4 fields? Fields are operator, argument 1, argument 2 and the result. Now, operator actually this contains an internal code for the operators. So, actually if we write the operator, so here we will write some code over here. Suppose just take one example, suppose operator is multiplication, right. So, here actually rather than writing multiplication, we will write code for multiplication here. So, like if we are having multiplication operator, so it can be used for fixed point, fixed or integer variables, it could be used for floating point variables, or it could be used for other multiplication purpose. So, multiplication could be based on fixed variable multiplication or floating variable multiplication or another type of multiplication. So, how to distinguish the different types of multiplication? So, just to distinguish, we here write the code for this particular operator, and the semantics, using the semantics we will understand the meaning, that what this code actually says, which type of multiplication actually we want to perform. So, this is about the quadruple representation, where we are using 4 fields, that is why it is known as quadruple. Now, see certain examples. Suppose we have A is equal to B operator C, right. So, in this form how we will fill this table? In operator we will write the operator, in argument 1 and argument 2 we will write B and C, and in result column we will write A. Now, next is A is equal to minus B. So, in this case in operator we will write unary minus, in argument 1 we can write B, and in there will be no argument 2 over here, and in result we can write A. Next is A is equal to B. For such a statement, here we will write the operator, then this is B. So, first argument is B and result will come over here A. Now, next form is parameter A1. So, parameter A, this is actually the operator parameter, and A1. So, this will be the argument A1. So, no argument 2 or result is there. Next is if we have a statement like go to. So, go to will come over here, mean this is the operator, and L will come in the result section. So, here there will be no argument 1 or argument 2. So, in this way we can write the quadruple form for different type of statements. Now, we will see one example to better understand it. Now, suppose we have these types of statements written in 3 address code. So, T1 is equal to B1. In quadruple form how it will be written? This is, suppose here we are writing the code. You can see C minus D and unary minus are different. So, here we are writing unary minus, u minus, just the code for minus, and then argument 1, here we will write b, and T1 that will come in the result section, and here we do not have any argument 2. Now, next is T2 is equal to C plus D. So, operator is plus, argument 1 is C, argument 2 is D, and result is T2. Now, next is T3 is equal to T1 plus T2. So, here okay, it could be I think multiplication. So, this is operator is multiplication. Now, argument 1 is T1, argument 2 is T2, and result is in T3. Now, next is this is the simpler form of first one. So, here operator is assignment, first argument is T3, argument 2 is nil, and result is in A. So, this is the quadruple representation, which is the record structure that is using 4 fields. Now, the contents of argument 1, argument 2 and result, they are actually the entries to the symbol table. So, here we are using argument 2 and result, and we are writing certain values over here. So, this is actually the pointer to that particular variable in the symbol table. So, here we are writing the pointer to entry in symbol table. So, in this table, if you look at the table here, we are having some temporary variables also. So, it implies that we need to store temporary variables also into the symbol table as and when they are created. So, we will be doing entry of every temporary variable in the symbol table. So, we have one simpler solution, easy solution to solve this problem, where to avoid entering temporary names into the symbol table, we can use another notation, that is triples. Triples mean, again this is a record structure, and it will use only 3 variables or 3 fields, we can say operator, argument 1 and argument 2, no result will be there. Now, it will allow statements computing a temporary variable to represent that value. So, a statement itself will take the value, and argument 1 and 2, they are pointer to symbol table. So, for pointer to symbol table mean, here we are having pointer to symbol table. This could be for user defined or programmer defined names or constants, or they can have pointer to the structure itself, mean for the temporary values. So, in this table, if you see the letters, they represent pointer to entry in symbol table. If we look this one, mean in parenthesis we have written the number, this is the index to this triple table. So, if you are talking about 0, it means result for this particular statement. Similarly, 1, it means result corresponding to this particular statement, while this is showing the entry in symbol table, right, and this is showing index for this triple table only. So, this is the triple representation. Now, there are certain forms, like if we are having the ternary operators or operations like A of I is equal to B. Now, it will require 2 entries, right. So, A of I equal to B, this is written in 3 address code. If we will write in triple notation, then we will be using 2 rows or 2 rows will be required. So, how it will be written? In bracket equal, this is the operator, and in this operator what we are doing, A and I, right. Now, next is this need to be assigned to this. So, what we will do, this will be the argument 1. Now, next is A is equal to B at I. So, here we will write equal, then square parenthesis, and B and I. Now, this value actually is in 0, and that needs to be assigned to A. So, simply operator is equal or assignment operator, and value argument 1 is 0, mean this index, result of this index, and then result will come in A. So, this is about the triple notation. Now, next is the indirect triples. So, here what we do, this lists points to triples rather than listing the triples themselves. So, we know that in previous example also we obtained its indexes 0, 1, 2. Similarly, suppose here we have 14, 15, 16 and 17. So, here we will do the indirect referencing. We will create one more table and this has indices like 0, 1, 2, 3 and here we will record or store its indices. So, this is called as indirect triples. Now, next is translation of assignment operators. So, this is here we are writing the grammar for arithmetic operations and how the grammar is written. A to ID is equal to E, then E to E plus E, E to E multiplication E to negation of E to parenthesization of E or E to ID. So, it involves here just assumption, the assumption that we are have taken here, it involves integer variables, right, no real variable is taken over here. Now, translation of E to be a structure with 2 fields. So, here we are talking about the translation of E. So, basically 2 structures are we are taking here, one is E dot place and E dot code. Now, E dot place is a name that will hold the value of the expression, right. So, will compute some expression and it will hold the value here, this is just like holder. Now, E dot code is what? It is a sequence of 3 address statements evaluating particular state expression. So, for evaluating particular expression there will be certain sequence of statements that are written under E dot code. So, there are 2 translations for E, right, E dot place or E dot code. Now, we will use the translations here. Now, this is a production and here we are writing its associated semantic action. So, this is actually abstract translation scheme. So, in abstract translation scheme we are using the translation schemes for E. One is E dot place and second is E dot code. Now, see here E dot place and ID dot place can be represented by symbol table pointers, right, actually they are holders. So, they can be represented by symbol table pointers and that pointer can be stored on the parsing stack of the bottom up parser. So, while doing the parser we put into the stack the pointer to symbol table entry and that is actually related to these pointers. Now, code for non-terminal on the left is the concatenation of the code for each non-terminal on the right in order followed by the string that is the tail of the translation. So, here we have the translation, this is the code and here we have its holder and this new temp the new temp that we are using, it is used, this new temp is used to create a new temporary variable and this is its placeholder. And now, this E dot code it has the non-terminal to the left in terms of non-terminal to the right, right. So, they will be written in sequence and followed by the tail. So, every rule is written like this, we are creating the variable, this is T1, this is holder and then we are writing E dot code, this is the right non-terminal at right hand side followed by its tail. Similarly, we can do one thing, we can replace A dot code or E dot code with generation function. This is used for the procedure, this is actually the procedure to emit 3 address code with actual values. So, here we will substitute the actual value and we can generate, we can write the generate function for every translated scheme. So, here we have the code and we will replace it with the generation function and here we will take its actual value and we can write the generation function for all, like generation function for this generation E dot place is equal to E1 dot place plus E2 dot place and this is in the temporary variable that we have created. So, now we can do the obtain the traces for SJT. How we can obtain? This is the stack, this is the place, and next is a generated code. So, this is the simple statement that we are doing, that we are parsing. Using the bottom up approach, we will know what to do at particular stage. And similarly here, suppose this is ID, placeholder for it is A, then equal, no placeholder, and similarly we can obtain all the traces. Now look at here, suppose we are having E, right, and E is corresponding to B, and here this B is actually negated. So, this is minus B, and minus B, the result of minus B will be stored in one temporary variable, that is T1. So, this is a generated code based on this one, this code, right. So, E dot place, this is a temporary variable, it will hold minus of this one. So, this is a temporary variable, it will hold minus of B1. Similarly, we can obtain all traces over here. Now, if you are talking about arithmetic operations, then it is quite possible that apart from integer multiplication, we have real variable also. So, there will be minor change in code. Here we will create the temporary variable. We will check the mode. Mode mean is it of integer type or real type? If both are of integer type, then we will use integer operator, and then we will set E dot mode is equal to integer. If both are of real type, then we will use real operator, and then we will set E dot mode is equal to real. Now here, if this is of integer type, right, if this is of integer type, then we will create a temporary variable u, and in this u we will first change the type integer to real of the first variable, because first is of integer type and second one is obviously is of real type, because both the cases of integer and real we have already taken. Now, in else if this is integer, then definitely other one is of real type. So, we need to change its type. So, we will internally in the compilation, during compilation also only we are translating it this integer to real, that we are taking in u. Now, we will calculate t is equal to u, and then we are applying real operator on with this, and then we are setting E dot mode to real. Now, last case else will be when this is of real type and second operand E2 dot mode is integer type. In that case again we will create u. Now, we will change the type of second operand to real, mean u is equal to integer to real of this, then we will perform compute t, and then we will set E dot mode to real. So, this is all about 3 address code, where we talked about in 3 address code, how we write 3 address codes, how do we write quadruple, triple and indirect triples, as well as we see the translation schemes for arithmetic operations. So, this is all for this lecture. Thank you.